Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and in this video I'm going to talk about pumping various types of fuel into a fuel tank from a bottle or some other source. And that would be gasoline or diesel fuel, or in my case, and I'm going to show you today, diesel exhaust fluid, also known as DEF, D-E-F. So this is my DEF tank, and this is the jug that the DEF fluid comes in. And it's good to keep a bottle of that around in spare in case you're running out of DEF and you really need it, until you can get to a place where you can buy some more. And I always buy my DEF fuel at truck stops. Well, let's say 95% of the time. That's the preferred place to get it, because you can pump it just like gas out of a pump, a gas pump. But if you're getting really low and you're not anywhere near a truck stop or another place where you can pump it from a pump, then you have to buy it in jugs like this. It usually comes in a 2.5 gallon jug. And the jugs do come with a pouring spout, but those pouring spouts are very dysfunctional. I've used them a few times, and it tends to leak a lot of fuel out of it, and sometimes it leaks the fuel off onto my feet or my pants, and then you got stinky clothing. So I wanted to look for a better way of transferring the DEF fluid from that bottle up to my tank. So what I did was I got me a liquid pump, and I already had this, which is called a gas tapper. It comes in this convenient case where it has the pump right there, and then a hose from the source, the jug, and then a hose that goes into the tank or wherever you want to pump it to. Now you can do this with a regular water pump, I think. I was kind of worried that it might be dangerous pumping combustible fuels through a water pump. I don't know if that's a problem or not, but I was kind of worried that maybe the heat that the pump creates might be a problem for the fuel. So I got this one from gastapper.com, which is specifically for pumping flammable fuels. So I feel comfortable about that. And it has this power connection. And there's one power connection that can go to a 120 outlet, and another power connection that goes to a 12 volt outlet. And I like the 12 volt. So I connect that, and let me show you where that goes. The other end has this 12 volt plug, a normal 12 volt plug like you're familiar with. And it's got a pretty long cord on it, but it wasn't quite long enough to reach an outlet. And I have a 12 volt outlet on the outside of my motorhome, way on the other side of it. And I just could not reach the cable, the cord, that far. And I don't even know where my attachment to that is for the 110 power source. So I solved that problem because I have this power converter. And the power converter plugs into a 120 outlet like this, and it converts the 120 power down to 12 volt. So with that connection, now I can put this end into my jug, and it has a metal end here to help this tube fall to the bottom of the jug, so you can get the last bit of fuel out of it. Then the other end puts into your tank, whatever tank you want to pump it into. And then I just turn it on with this switch, and you can see it here pumping. You can also see a little few bubbles that's going up the tube, and you can see the tube shaking as it's pumping the DEF fuel from that jug into my tank. So that way I can get all of the DEF fuel out of the bottle into my tank, and I don't lose any by spilling, and I don't mess up my clothes. Now, I used this pump before to pump gas out of my gas tank in my scooter here, because I wanted to clean out the gas tank, get all the gunk out of there. So when I first turned this on, I let some of the DEF fuel run onto the ground to make sure that there wasn't any gasoline left in the tubes. And as you can see, there is not much room for me up here to really hold that bottle up and get it into there. There is just not much room here to do it with. And that's one reason why it was a problem. And the spout that the jugs come with is not quite long enough to do a really good convenient job. So this became a good solution for me. So I just wanted to let you know about that. I'm going to let this run and say good day, folks.